guys, welcome to your first asynchronous session on theme. All right, your first project's on theme, so this kind of should help clarify some of those questions you have about theme and help you with this first project. All right, so you're searching for a meaning. That's the whole purpose of theme. Like, what is the point of the story? So theme is the life lesson, the meaning, the moral, or the message about life or human nature that's communicated by a literary work. In other words, theme is the story, is what the story teaches the reader. It's like the point of the whole thing. Theme is not a word, it is a sentence. You don't have to agree with the theme, though, to identify it. So sometimes there's a theme or an idea behind the story, and we don't totally agree with it. But that's still the theme, and that's okay. And it's not just a word. It's not, beauty. It's beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's a whole sentence. So here's some examples. Money can't buy happiness. Don't judge people based on the surface. And it is better to die free than live under tyranny. So what is the theme? Let's go ahead and try one. Jenny Pechovier was so excited. She had a pack of Starbursts in her lunch, and she had been looking forward to eating them all morning. Lunch finally came, and Jenny sat down to eat her Starburst when her friend Yudi sat next to her. "Let me get the pink ones," asked Yudi. Jenny liked the pink ones best, but she thought Yudi was funny, and Jenny wanted Yudi to like her, so Jenny gave Yudi all her pink Starbursts. Before Jenny was done giving Yudi the pink ones, Carrie sat on the other side of Jenny. "Let me get the red and the orange ones, Jenny. Remember when I gave you that Snickers?" Jenny didn't remember that, though she did remember when Carrie ate a whole Snickers in front of her. But Jenny thought Carrie was cool, so she gave her the red and the orange ones. Now that she only had the yellow ones, Jenny wasn't so excited about eating Starburst anymore. Here's some example answers. You can't buy friends. You have to take care of yourself. And not everybody is your friend. So these are kind of some themes that would go along with that story. Some messages that the author is trying to give the reader. So when identifying themes, it's important to note that the themes are not explicit. They're not just stated. You can't just look for it somewhere in the story. You have to read the story, understand it, and interpret it yourself. They're implied. Themes are bigger than the story. So it's not just about those small characters. It's about the world in general. So friends are not everyone's going to be your friend. That's like something that the whole world needs to realize, not everybody is going to be your friend. It's not just a message about those characters in particular. There's a small world of the story, and we use that to give the big world of the theme. It applies to the real world, all of us together. So themes are about the big picture, not that yellow Starburst tastes bad, not that Yudi and Carrie are bad friends. Think bigger. Find real world advice, something you could read that story and then you could give advice to a friend. All right, let's review. Number 1, theme is what we can learn from a story. Number 2, themes must be inferred. Number 3, themes are about the big world. And now let's practice. We'll read each story, write what you think the theme is, write another sentence explaining what happens in the story that leads you to believe this, and then we'll discuss it. So how does the small world of the story connect to the big world theme? Think about that. All right, once there was a mean little boy who lived in a small village. This mean little boy loved to mess with people. So one day he ran up to a sheep herder and shouted, "Wolf, wolf, a wolf is attacking the town." The sheep herder grabbed his staff and ran to defend the town, but realized he had been fooled and the boy started pointing and laughing at him. "Ha ha, I made you jump," said the boy. Then the boy ran up to a farmer and shouted, "Wolf, wolf, a wolf is attacking the town." The farmer grabbed his pitchfork and ran to defend the town. But when the boy started pointing and laughing at him, he realized he had been tricked. As the boy went back to his family's farm laughing about the funny trick he played, he saw a real wolf in his father's chicken coop. As the wolf ate all of his father's chickens, the boy screamed over and over again, "Wolf, wolf, please help us!" But nobody came to help him. So here's some example answers. Don't ask for help unless you really need it. Don't play tricks on the people around you. Did you choose any of those? Which one did you think was best? Did you have one that was close to it? Hopefully you did. All right, let's try another one. Angie loved to draw. She made colorful designs of people's names with bright hearts and flowers. But she lost her own markers, so she borrowed her teacher's. The school day was ending, but Angie wanted to keep coloring, so she took the teacher's markers home and lost them in her messy room. She came back to school the next day and wanted to color again, so she asked the teacher for more markers. The teacher replied, "Sure, Angie, but this is my last pack." Angie said she would be careful, but by the end of the day the markers were scattered all over the floor, and the custodian swept them up and disposed of them. When Angie came in the next day, she asked the teacher for more markers, but she was disappointed to find that there weren't any more. "I don't know where any of my markers went," said the teacher, "but I don't have them." Angie had to draw her pictures with drab pencils. Okay, what do you think the theme of this story is? What's the big picture message? Go ahead and think about it, write it down. All right, here's some example answers. Take care of shared resources. That's something that would be a good answer. Some things will not replenish after they are exhausted. Or once you run out of something, there isn't any more. Something like that would be perfect. Okay, let's try one more. Jenny hated reading class. She didn't understand point of view or figurative language, and not knowing how to do the work frustrated her. She asked the teacher for help. She spoke so fast and used such big words that she still didn't understand. The teacher asked if she understood, and she nodded her head, but she really didn't. Jenny's friend Katie knew that Jenny was having trouble, and rather than just giving Jenny all the answers, Katie explained to Jenny how to solve the problems. Katie spoke clearly and at Jenny's level. Jenny was happy that she finally learned how to do the work. Later in the week, Katie was having trouble in math class. She didn't understand coordinates and was really frustrated. Seeing that Katie was having problems, Jenny, who understood math very well, taught Katie coordinates. Both girls made honor roll that quarter. All right, what do you think the answer is? All right, so what I want you to do is back on my website, on my Weebly page, you will see a little box and it says name, then email address, and then comments. In that comment box, I want you to put what you think would be a really good theme for this story. Okay, remember we're thinking whole message or a message that's the big picture that could really apply to real life. Okay, great job, you guys. I'll see you again next week.